In between birth number 1 and birth number 2, we went to go and see a lady called Rhea Dempsey, who ran these workshops about home birth. And she was big on this thing that she described as the cascade of interventions. And essentially, it's this process by which the birth support system that has grown up around childbirth and the risk that it represents has become a business. And that business has incentives that aren't always aligned with the baby and the mother. For example, if you go into a hospital, first of all, it's like, are you going to have the same midwife each time? No, it's done on a shift basis. It's lots of bright lights everywhere. You go into a room that you might have never been in before. Suddenly someone's poking around who you've never met. It's the complete opposite of that cat going underneath the cupboard and like just relaxing and just giving birth. It's actually making a woman wary, scared, like what's going on around me? All of this all this new stuff. They're at the moment of like trying to reach maximum release, they're actually clamping up and wondering what's going on around me. And so then it's like, oh, the pain's too bad. Let's have some drugs. Well, if you go and have an epidural, you can't feel anything. And if you can't feel anything, how on earth do you know when you're pushing, when you're not pushing, and if the baby's ready to come out or not? And then there's the forceps that can pull it out. And obviously this all ultimately ends in C-section, which is a serious bit of surgery done by specialist obstetricians. So an obstetrician is a surgeon, right? They're not just like this nice, friendly person that you meet who's like always there at childbirth. So no, they are highly specialized in emergency scenarios for what should be like unlikely and unusual scenarios. But as I'll explain, that's not always the case. I was talking through the benefits of home birth. Well, yeah, basically 3 main things. Comfort, you're at home, lower risk of intervention, like the cascade of interventions mentioned. And then finally, just control, sovereignty. This is the kind of thing that anyone that's interested in Bitcoin will also get straight away. It's like, you don't need help from anyone else to give birth. It is something that's been done for millennia and will be done for millennia into the future. And that is very, very empowering. Now, of course, there are risks, right? With anything, childbirth is a risky process. But what's interesting is that home birth is no less risky than hospital. It's less risky because there aren't all these interventions that can get involved. Now, most people will not know that fact, and the system itself will not actually represent that data. Again, we'll run through it in a second. The private midwives are there, right? They're highly specialized. Some of these ladies that we met were amazing. They've been doing midwifery for like 40 years. They've delivered thousands of babies. It's incredible. What a day job that is. Bloody hell. But then if it does go wrong, you can have a shared care in place. So you're having a home birth, things don't go to plan for some reason, boom, off to the hospital. And there's someone there to sort you out who's familiar with your case. I think that's the key. But most people, I'm assuming it's a low risk pregnancy. And that's a fact that you can find out long before the due date of the baby. And keep in mind, the due date is normally not when the baby's born, especially baby number 1. It's often after. I can't remember how many days after the due date Loz was giving birth to Ruby, but it was the first time around. You build up to this moment, and witnessing that as the husband, it's like, this is the birth date. And then it comes and goes, and you get even bigger and even bigger and even slower and even more uncomfortable till eventually it's like, get this goddamn baby out of me. And that's what happens. Nature kicks in, right? But there are some cool health benefits to home and to natural birth specifically. So first of all, of course, the recovery time. Like, think about nature. Think about living in the jungle. A woman who's just given birth can basically pick that baby back up and start running if needs be, having had a natural birth. Like within a day, it's incredible how quickly the body recovers. A woman who's been chopped open in the lower part of her stomach, like bedridden for days and days and days. Also, a natural birth means that the baby exits the mother through the birth canal, which carries very specific types of bacteria, which are excellent for the immune system and the nervous system of the baby. So in my mind, at least, if you can avoid C-section, there are some very specific benefits to that for the baby and for the mother. Again, not all that obvious when you go and meet an obstetrician.